Oh, girl. You got this. You got this.
Talk about anxiety. Need an adjustment. Are there any other chiropractors here? All right, so I want to start by asking you all a couple questions. How many of you have ever sat down with a doctor and been told that this is something that you're just going to have to live with for the rest of your life? Or this is something that you're going to have to manage? How many of you have ever been sent home with a prescription without anyone ever stopping to ask why your body was doing what it was doing? How many of you have ever sat in silence and wondered, is this just me? Is this just who I am now? I know those feelings. I have felt them, and they started when I was 7 years old. You see, it was when I was 7 years old that my mom took me to the doctor because I wasn't acting right. She did what every awesome, wonderful mom did. Took me to the place where we go to get healthy, right? If we're sick, we go to the doctor to get healthy. Unfortunately for me, that led to me being put on depression medication. Have you guys ever seen a commercial for depression medication? What do they have at the end?
All the time.
Side effects, yeah. And this doesn't happen to everyone. I will say that. But for me, this turned into my life becoming worsening depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety. As a small child, I ended up in the psych ward because my mom thought that I was going to harm myself and didn't know where else to take me. So we kept going back to the doctor, trying a different brand, trying a stronger dose, living on this merry-go-round, which I hear on a daily basis now from my patients, unfortunately. We kept going back and kept going back. And this went on until I was 21. Living in that medical cycle of trying to fix me with an outside source taught me something that was deeply damaging. It taught me that I needed something outside of myself to be okay. Now I know there's only one thing that I need outside of myself to be okay. Can I get an amen? Mom was actually inside of myself too, so we're all over. Whew, I'm nervous. Not gonna lie. So it taught me that. But I also started to believe that I was weak, that I wasn't enough. And I love to be able to share my message because I know that there are women here today who feel stuck, who feel like they have tried things over and over and over, and you keep hitting a wall. And I'm here to tell you that there is hope. Your story does not have to end here today.
Yeah.
Totally forgot I have PowerPoint. Nice. Yeah. So for me, going through this merry-go-round of medications, not believing in myself, searching for something, led to me being in my late teens, looking for something to just make me feel good. Make me want to get up in the morning and actually face the day. Instead of, if you've ever been in that depressed state, you know what it's like to wake up. You just want to pull the covers over your head and not do anything. That was my life for so long. So I just searched and searched and searched. Unfortunately, I don't know if you, oh, excellent. I don't know if you see this picture of me. Very dark time in my life. This led to drugs, alcohol, losing my family, losing everyone that I loved. There was a point when I slept in my car. That's how bad and deep it got. Thank God my older brother went to chiropractic school. Called me up, said, "Hey sis, I need a guinea pig." And I thought, well, how much worse can it get? Sleeping in my car. We didn't know, I didn't grow up in a chiropractic family. So to me, it was always cracking backs, neck pain, back pain, car accidents. That's what you go to the chiropractor for. But I decided I'd go and see him and see what happened. And when I sat down with him at that first visit, he was the first doctor in over a decade that said, we're going to look for the root cause of why you are dealing with this. God did not design you to be sick. There is a reason for this, and we're going to find it. And we're going to start by looking at your nervous system. So we did. We took x-rays of my spine. And what we found was the answer to why I was dealing with all of the health issues that I was dealing with. If you think back to 8th grade when you first learned about the nervous system, we learned that God put the power of healing inside of us, and it comes from one place in our body. It comes from our brain. We learned that the brain sends signals down the spinal cord, out the nerves to every cell, tissue, and organ in your entire body. Your spine was designed to surround and encase that spinal cord and protect it. What we found on my x-rays were that my spine was shifted out of alignment, putting pressure on areas of my body, areas that someone might experience things like anxiety, depression, migraines. So I started treatment with my brother. And mind you, I thought, this is hogwash. This is not going to help me with depression or anxiety, right? And another thing, I had grown to believe that I needed these medications because it had been so ingrained in me throughout the years that you need this to survive. You need this to be okay, which is crazy because when I was on the medication, I was numb. When I was off of the medication, I was depressed. So there was no happy moment in there. But I started the treatment. We started to move my spine back to alignment, take pressure off my nerves, allow my body to heal the way that God designed it to. And within 2 months, my migraines went away. Within 3 months, I was off the migraine medication. Within a year, I was off the depression and anxiety medication. That was life-changing for me. I spent 14 years medicated. It's been 18 years since that happened. Now, I want to tell you that I'm not up here saying that chiropractic fixes everything, because it doesn't. And that might not even be the cause of why you're dealing with what you're dealing with. But I do know that I have studied medicinal practices from around the world. I've spent years studying Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, herbology, homeopathy, energy. You brought up frequencies, Sandy. You name it, I have probably studied it, looked into it. But everything comes back to a root cause. Everything has a root cause in you. And everything comes back to the nervous system. You can eat all of the healthy food in the world. You can take all of the supplements in the world. If there's pressure on your nervous system, your brain is not going to be able to talk to your body for you to process or ingest that food, those supplements, the way that it should. So once I understood what was happening in my body, I understood that I am not weak, that I am strong, that I can heal, that God did put an amazing power inside of me, and I do not need an outside source. That's what led me to go back to school. And there I am, a doctor now. When I first spoke to Sylvia about talking at this event, I actually signed up to be a vendor, and she said she had a speaking spot open, and I was like, God might be telling me something. I called my brother, the one that originally helped me, because now all three of us are chiropractors, which is awesome. But we don't come from a doctor family. My mom was a court reporter. My dad was a plumber. My stepmom's over there. She's awesome. Teacher. We don't come from that, but we have all seen changes in the lives of those around us and myself that have led us down this path. But I called my brother and I was like, what do I do? And he said, well, you give them hope. That's what you do. You give them hope that they are not stuck where someone told them that they are stuck. And I was like, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? And he said, you need to remember that nothing in life is permanent. Everything changes. There is always a possibility for change. And that stuck with me, and it still sticks with me. So I want to share a couple stories of healing that happen in my office every single day. So on the top left, that's Bethany. She's a dental assistant. She came into my office with neck pain and headaches every day. Within 2 months of being under care, headaches were gone. Next one is Tammy. She had sciatic pain. She limped into my office with sciatic pain so bad she was bent over like this. Within 3 months, sciatic pain was gone. Her body healed. Shannon, next to her, she was taking Excedrin every single morning for migraines, every morning. Do we all know the side effects of taking Excedrin every morning? Yeah. Increased risk of Alzheimer's is one of them. Headaches, gone. Next story, Amber. I love Amber. She was in the Navy and she's overseas now, so I miss her a little bit. But I remember sitting down with her at her first visit. She said, my back pain is so bad. I wake up every single night in pain. I can no longer take walks with my son. Imagine that, not being able to do things with your children because you're in pain. Sciatic pain was that bad. 3 months under care, sciatic pain gone. She got shipped off in the Navy, serving our country. Next one, Rebecca. Rebecca had weekly headaches. Body healed from that. The next one's Kat and Ivy. Kat came to me. She has multiple sclerosis. She's 36 years old. She was a police officer and she had to quit her job because her body was failing her. Shortly after Kat started care, her daughter Ivy started care. Ivy decreased her medications, and then at our 1 month check-in, Kat told me she's going to bed for the first time without a fight. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Kat's story is phenomenal. So Kat has MS. She came in with 10 out of 10 pain all over her entire body. We were at our 1 month checkup and she said, I just went to my neurologist for the first time and I was not afraid of what they were going to tell me. Because every visit she had gone in, it was, you're getting worse, you're getting worse, you're getting worse. Every test that they performed at that appointment, she improved on. She's no longer peeing her pants every day. Can you imagine that? 2 months ago, she got off of her depression medications. And that was right after her father passed away. Jessica is my next story. I met her, I do small speaking engagements. I met her at a lunch and learn. She had a nerve stimulator implanted in her back because her sciatic pain was so bad. Even with the nerve stimulator, she was walking from the garage to work and would have to sit down on the curb just to get a break because the pain was that bad. 3 months under care, sciatic pain gone. Guess what? She got removed. Nerve stimulator out of her body. We do not need an outside source to heal. God put the healing power inside of us. Last one, Milena. Milena had a newborn baby and had vertigo. Anybody ever have vertigo? You feel like you're drunk when you're sober. It's not fun. Imagine, though, trying to hold your newborn while feeling like the room is spinning. Vertigo, gone.
Wow.
This is what healing looks like. This is what it looks like when you find the root cause of your health issues and you get to the bottom of it and you remove them. Sorry, still nervous. Almost at the end. I have seen healing that medicine said was impossible, and I've lived healing that medicine said was impossible. I'm standing here today in front of you, 18 years, free of medication, whole, healthy, thriving, as proof that your story does not have to end where someone else's knowledge stops. As proof that your story does not have to end where someone else's knowledge stops.
Yes.
You are not a diagnosis. You are not a label that someone else put on you because they did not have answers.
Yeah.
You are a woman with a nervous system that is fighting for you every single second of every single day. The only question is, what is interfering with that nervous system? And if you can answer that, that may change your story too. Thank you.